also really want to stress and press the issue that, like, this is huge. This is a really big validating find, and this has never happened in the history of our channel that we've connected something this significant. Like, it's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. So we really hope that you guys do see that. Hey Paranormies, it's Alice and Jen, and you're on the light side of the paranormal.
So today is reaction day, and we're going to react to something we've never reacted to before, and that is ourselves. So many times when we do a spirit box session, we often don't hear what's being said until later when we're editing. And you guys don't get to see our reaction to getting these answers. We get to react together, but you guys don't get to see that. So today we are going to be reacting to one of our best spirit box sessions that we've ever done, which just came out on Wednesday. So if you haven't seen that video, I'll link it right here. But you get to see our reaction to some of the crazy validating responses that we got.
This particular video, when we were filming it in real time, it was already really crazy to us, but we didn't quite understand the gravity of a lot of what was said until later on. Like, between the time of us filming that video and then through the editing process and it being uploaded, we were calling each other like, oh my god, did you see that? Did you hear that? Like, anyways, let's just jump into this. You ready? Let's go.
We would love to speak to this doll here. Or in here.
That was pretty clear. How are you? You know, it's funny because sometimes when I'm editing, it's like so clear. I'm like, how did we not hear that?
Yeah, and then we're like, in the video.
We're like, but like some of it's so clear.
Yeah, it's so
How
true.
are you? And we're like, the spirits probably get frustrated. They're probably like, never mind.
Yeah, just.
They're completely clueless.
Does anybody else want to turn?
Yeah, I tried. Also, some of these, like when I edit this, I wear headphones, and it can be kind of crazy the difference in clarity when you wear a pair of headphones.
And that's why we often put a disclaimer that you should wear headphones too when
Yeah,
you're
I
watching.
stopped doing that. I should put that again. But honestly, if you want to hear any spirit box session, I feel like if you're watching on YouTube, headphones makes it just level up that much more. Which is why I think we have a much easier time with the Estes method coming out with actual answers.
That makes
In case anyone's
sense.
wondering why sometimes we don't hear anything on the live spirit box session, and then as soon as one of us puts the headphones on, we're coming out with answers left and right. That's why.
Once more to tell me your name. I knew it.
What does that mean?
I thought that it meant
Clarissa, but it...
Clarissa?
and then it was like, no, I
Yeah.
think it. Oh yeah, angry now.
Maybe not angry, just like...
No.
No.
Is your name Maggie?
So weird.
Once more, can you please tell us your name?
I was really on this name.
Yeah, me too. It really didn't want to give us a name.
No, we were trying and trying. And it was,
The doll was blonde. I think that's what I heard. Just now? Yeah, it was a long... I'll have to double check that.
that's so clear.
Or Steven.
Name.
Yeah.
Was this your doll?
But no doubt was so clear.
Yeah. Like, it sounds like a person
Very-
just having a telephone conversation
Yeah.
with us in a lot of these responses. And something that I love during spirit box sessions is when, like, the same voice comes through over and over again. I just find it that much more convincing.
Especially when that one same voice is the one that's giving you accurate answers and intelligent answers.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
they typically correlate to, like, one another.
Yeah.
Like, all the answers, it's like, yes, that is the same person.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you from?
That's clear.
So clear.
Yeah, you should try that.
No, we would love to talk. Can you tell us where you're from?
That's
Is the
interesting.
spirit associated with this doll? What is your gender?
They didn't have a lot of specifics. Oh yes.
I heard that
This one they
you
did.
a doll collector.
I just found like with this particular spirit box session, at least the first group of people that we were talking to, yeah, like they didn't want to let on too much about themselves, like
Yeah.
personal details,
Yeah.
until we started talking about other things later. So
Yeah.
I'm like, why? Like, why so secretive? Or maybe in the afterlife, you don't have the same traits in that way as you would during
Yeah.
this lifetime, you know?
Yeah, I've thought of that before.
Yeah, it's just interesting to think about.
Yeah.
Where did you live when you were collecting dolls? Spain. So clear.
Both of us at the same time.
Nice bit. Nice bit. Way too bad. So this says reclaimed fibers,
Oh, interesting.
which could have a whole other energy attached to it.
Exactly.
But it's not telling me a place.
Yeah, like at the very least, if it's reclaimed fibers, maybe that bit of porcelain from her or fabric was from somebody who made it in Spain. Like you can connect everything to everything, I feel like.
Yes, yeah, for
Doesn't
sure.
necessarily have to be this doll, but part of her came from somebody who's speaking with us.
I feel like it's rare that with toys, we'll say in general, that like every single part of that toy is sourced in the same city,
Yeah.
in the same warehouse. You know what I mean? It's probably a little bit all over the place. But when I think of reclaimed, I don't think of like, this is a manufactured fluff that you put into the body of the doll that has never seen anything before. I think of like, this used to be
Recycled.
something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like recycled materials.
And now it is in this doll. So
Yeah.
like all of those things have energy attached to them. All those things have a history. It's highly likely that there could have been something from Spain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so fascinating.
It's interesting when they repeat us.
Yes.
It's like, hey, I can hear you.
Yes.
Okay, wait, hang on. Sometimes I have to say this because when I'm editing and watching us after, I get so embarrassed sometimes because you can carry on a full conversation with me with the spirit box on. For me, with the spirit box on, it is a struggle to not completely shut down and dissociate and you're talking to me and I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, come on, Jenna, wake up. It happens so many times. And it's like, look at my face. Like, I'm on the verge of sleep. It puts me in a trance right away.
You know what? That's so funny because like you've mentioned that it puts you in a trance a couple of times,
Yeah.
but when I watch your videos, I don't really look for that. So
Yeah.
and when we're in the moment, I'm not seeing you
Oh, thank
sleeping
God.
in front of me.
Because when I edit it, you're having an active, like, happy conversation, and I'm just barely there with you. And I'm sorry if anyone's noticed that.
I don't know if it's like we are representing two different types of ADHD.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Where I'm like,
yes.
I can hear that, I can listen to that, but I've also got a million things in my head and a million things I want to say.
Yes.
And you're just like, focus.
Overload. Overload, yeah. Oh god. So, just letting you know that's what's going on in my head. Or what's not going on in my head. Just watch my face.
Echo users, beware. Alice is dropping in. She can't see
So interesting
asshole very clearly.
that it said you can't see, or she can't see, as soon as you put the blindfold on.
Yeah, it didn't say that before that.
No.
And if we're trying to debunk it, when on the radio would it say that?
Yes. Somebody did make an interesting comment about how, I don't know if it was like meant to be like a rude comment or not, but like, I don't give a crap. But like, someone was like, come on ladies, it could just be some like trucker in a CB. It doesn't have to be a radio station. That doesn't happen on a radio spirit box, or else it would happen when you're listening to the radio on your car. It's the same kind of radio, right? Like,
Mixed with
it's a portable radio.
when you're hearing that ch-ch-ch-ch-ch, that's how quickly it's scanning through the
Radio
stations
Yeah.
and the frequencies. So like how could it be?
But also, like, if you had a portable radio, okay? So you have a
Okay,
portable radio. You're listening to it in your house. You put it on a static station, which I've done before to help my babies sleep, okay? For
Okay.
example.
Yeah.
I'm not getting trucker CB come through.
No.
Like, that doesn't happen on a radio. Sorry. I just saw that and I was like, I'm not even going to comment on that. But I thought if anyone else is thinking this too, I don't think so.
So you were from Spain? Is
The
that
cross.
Okay, can I
You're
pause
from
this?
Yes.
Notice when Jen mentions Spain, when she says the word Spain, you will notice I start to develop an accent.
Oh, really? I
What?
didn't even notice.
I picked up on that because, and I wasn't thinking it while I was in the session, but later watching it back, I was like, oh my god, I have this certain accent. I can't say for sure that it's a Spanish accent, but when we're doing an Estes method and we're the one wearing the headphones, we try and relay the information in the exact voice, in the exact way that we're hearing it. So the person, when she mentioned Spain, had somewhat of an accent, and you'll notice for a lot of the rest of this session, I have this accent. The cross.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I'm going to go back and listen.
So you were from Spain? Is
The
that
cross.
Okay, I see
You're
it.
from Spain?
Which
Okay.
is a crazy connection.
Yes.
That we didn't know about
Yeah.
at all.
So when there's like questions, like something like the cross in Spain, I'm editing and I Google the cross Spain, and this was the first thing that came up. So the Spanish cross was an award of Nazi Germany given to German troops who participated in the Spanish Civil War. But the other thing that popped up was, I believe, the largest cross monument in the world is in Spain.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
there's
two,
the biggest cross, I think, the biggest cross in the world is in Spain.
a double meaning.
Yeah, so I forgot to add that in there, but
I do think that this one was important to add though over the other one because German and Germany is mentioned later.
yes, it is.
Why have you stayed attached to this doll?
It's her.
Who's her?
I've had enough of this dreaming. They just said my name.
I've had enough of this dreaming. To me, that's like I keep reliving the tragedy in my head over and over again. What if they just died and it was such a traumatic moment that like they're just
Maybe, okay.
still processing it, right? And
Okay.
they're tired of that.
Okay.
And they just want peace. That's kind of what I was perceiving from it once we gathered all the information later on.
Okay.
Did you have a happy life?
She has to pay for long over me.
What does that mean?
This is just a shot in the dark. Assuming you've watched the video already, we did make references to a sunken ship. Spoilers. So I do want to mention that like maybe because a woman keeps being mentioned, she, her, a woman. I don't think that they're talking about me. I feel like they were talking about something that happened. Like a woman was in charge, or like a woman did something bad, which caused, maybe she had something to do with the shipwreck, or maybe, I don't know. I got the idea that like she was some type of evil force within a tragedy that they're discussing, and so
Yeah.
it's like she has to pay for what she's done.
Yeah.
To me, is kind of like not me, but like to them.
Maybe unrelated to the ship, whatever happened to this spirit, but they felt the need to reference the ship later because they are from Spain and it was a recent tragedy for Spain.
Right.
Right? Maybe?
That could be it too. Either way,
Yeah, I feel
That's
like there's
kinda-
several conversations throughout this video that are happening.
and
But I don't think it's about you. I don't think they're talking about you either.
They rarely talk about me. They say my name sometimes, and like
Yeah.
the whole protect thing. Like I'll take it.
Yeah.
That's really nice. But you know, I think a lot of it is just conversation.
Yeah.
Can you give us a name that we can call her?
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Okay, they're getting like frustrated, like why are we so hung up on names?
Yes, yeah, they didn't like that.
Which is why I said
This might
this.
not be
Into
in the afterlife, but to us, it's important to have a name for her. So, what should we call her?
them.
We don't want to keep calling her the doll.
May you.
By them, does it mean like I am non-binary?
Yeah,
like I felt like we were getting like male energy for a little while and like female energy
Yeah.
for a little while coming from the doll, like, and then it just wouldn't be super clear when you're
Yeah.
asking questions like that.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder.
Yeah.
Maybe it's neither.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, then
Spirit,
what can
Yeah,
we call
spirit.
you?
Just something general.
number 1. Just yours. Oh, this is awful.
What's awful?
Breaking. Bones.
Ugh.
How did you pass away?
Power. This world isn't worth it.
It's
Yes.
Old.
Yes. Make you powerful.
Weird.
Yeah.
Should we tell them?
Tell us what.
She's asleep.
Like, because of the sleep mask,
I
maybe?
don't know. Should we tell them she's asleep? What if it's like this? I don't know. What if it's like whatever's going on with the doll hasn't awakened yet?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
It's so hard to tell. And then I'm like, when they're saying she, are they talking about the doll or are they talking about this mystery woman that I'm so hung up on?
Or you or me? Like, what are they talking about?
Yeah. But when I do have a specific recollection that when they said, should we tell them? It was like a group of people are in a conference and they're like, okay, your turn, you can tell them this. These are, like, they have like their
Yeah.
papers. They're like, okay, this is the information you're going to share. And then they're like, ooh, we have this secret. Do we let them know
Right.
what we know?
Who's asleep?
Good morning.
Yeah, like,
A very clear doorbell sound. The box.
okay, hang on.
Okay. Is it like she's asleep and then it's like, okay, do we wake her up? And then they're like, good morning, ding dong, like,
Yeah.
well, and then now all of a sudden after this, a lot more starts connecting, like,
When we think about a doorbell sound, not only is it popular in the strangeness
Yeah.
category,
Yes.
we'll talk about that another time. We have many videos about it. It's also like, what does a doorbell sound represent? It means I'm here.
or opening a door.
Oh, right.
Yeah, like, well, here I come.
Yeah, the door is opening, or at the very least, they're like, let me in.
Yeah. Let's just see what happens right after this and see what we get with that idea
Okay.
in mind.
How did you end up in Muskoka?
Cancel.
How did you end
They know now.
Should we tell them? They know now. What do we know now?
Is it the whole like door that you're talking about?
Yeah, I don't know. Side note, after this, has anything like activity-wise picked up in your house at all?
Not in my house, but in like my life in general.
So directly with her, not really.
No.
It's very interesting. I never put two and two together when I was throwing this video together. Was the should we tell them? And then they know now.
Yeah.
So weird.
Like that's
On the
not
contrary,
random.
we know nothing. We still have no idea.
Well, and then even then they kept being like, "Oh, you know the name, you know,"
Yes.
and so it's like they have such faith in us that
Maybe we just don't have enough faith in ourselves to just tap in and have all these answers.
I think I'm gonna really try to like meditate on this and see if I can gain any information that
Yeah.
way. But I have not received information through my dreams, just so we know. An update there.
How did you end up in Muskoka?
I have to tell you, the woman sings.
So
I
the
sing to
woman-
this
me?
doll all the time,
You do.
The woman.
just so we know.
You do.
Yeah, like, I mean, I sing throughout my house all the time, but
Yeah.
like, she is in an area where I get ready every morning. That's why I was trying to get her to tell me that,
Okay.
to confirm that. But yeah, and so I totally sing to her all the time.
Okay, so let's assume she's talking about you right now.
Okay.
Or they are talking about you.
And at the shop in Muskoka?
She's mine. Shannon.
Oh, yes.
That's the first name we've gotten this whole time
True.
that we've actually heard. So is your name Shannon?
She said it.
Okay. Is that what we should be calling this doll? Shannon?
I love the sound of the rain.
Winner.
Oh my god.
Okay, I think we have a name.
I don't know if I'm still I don't know if I'm confident calling her Shannon because the way that came to be was very I don't know.
It's funny that you say that
Why?
because like ever since I brought her home that day, I was like, okay, like we already talked about it. Her name's Shannon now. I never,
doesn't fit.
I don't call her anything anymore. Like I just feel weird.
Yeah.
Like I refer to her as the doll.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
okay, so also, sidebar, we did this investigation in my Jeep, parked in the parking lot, because we wanted a neutral ground. The next day, I was driving around with my kids in my Jeep, and my daughter was just like yammering on, like she just talks.
Being a kid.
Yeah, just being a kid and making her sister laugh. And she was like talking, and she was like, "Oh, hi, Shannon." And I immediately was like that name is not a present name in our lives. We don't know anybody with that name. That's not someone we talk about. And I immediately like turned the music down. And I was like, "Why'd you say that?" And she was like, "Say what?" She just said a million different things. And I was like, "Shannon." She was like, "I don't know." And I was like, "Do you know a Shannon?" She was like, "No." And I was like, "Why did you say Shannon?" She's like, "I don't know, Mom. It just popped in my head." And I was like, "That's interesting."
Blew my freaking mind.
Yeah.
She called me up and told me this, and I was like, we have to share this.
It's just strange. It's just one of those coincidences that you're like, this isn't not meaningful.
Yeah, like it can't be a coincidence.
Where did that come from?
Of all the names for her to say, and in the Jeep of all places.
Yes, exactly.
So, okay. So let's say that Shannon was either a spirit that was coming through, or possibly the woman who they've been referring to this whole time, who I have this now theory about it being like a forbidden love situation, and there was a tragedy, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So these are just like things that I have in my head about this. I'm like, was her name Shannon?
But also at the time, I was talking about the woman who owned the antique store in Muskoka as well.
It could have been.
So is Shannon the doll?
Now,
Or is Shannon your name?
help.
What you need help with?
Sinking. 7.
Okay, I didn't even put 2 and 2 together until just now. Like the sinking of the ship.
Yes! Sinking.
Help.
Well, and even
Sinking.
the breaking bones earlier.
True, yeah.
When a ship is sinking, things are breaking. Like the ship is breaking, the items on the ship are breaking and being tossed around. We've all seen the Titanic, right? So I'm sure people could get like crushed under large items that are being thrown around and possibly break some bones.
Yeah. Yeah, help sinking.
Oh.
The basement.
Of the ship, maybe?
Her basement.
Her. Oh! Her. People often refer to ships and boats as she and her.
Maybe that's where that's
That's
coming
true.
from.
I can see it. And then possibly the word German?
Huge connection.
Yeah.
During like the editing process and everything, I feel like there would have been a montage of us with like red twine connecting things on a map.
Still, that's what my brain looks like right now.
Interesting. So where are you right now?
The mother?
Are you with your mother? Or in Christianity, if that's your belief system, the mother could be in Mother Mary?
There was just a ton of Spanish.
Wow.
I couldn't begin to tell you what it said, but it was like a long spew of Spanish.
Yeah, it was really weird.
Interesting. Oh, see, I gotta get back on my Duolingo.
Yes, mother.
Maybe because I took the doll home, so now I'm the doll's mother.
I love how, like, when I was editing, I was like, something else completely different is going on, and you and I can't see it. And we're like, oh, the doll. And they're like, this ship, Spain, Germany, come on, put the pieces together. And you're like, I'm the doll's mother. And I feel like they're like, come on, you know?
Yeah, it's so true. They're like, how much
seeing
more do you
stuff.
want?
Yeah. We're putting it together now. So at the very least, some of it's coming together now.
And like, this is just real, right? Like, in the moment, especially before doing some Googling and things like that, we don't know what's going on. Like,
And
we're
that's-
trying to interpret it.
That's the important thing to note too, is a lot of the times when we're doing a spirit box session and we're like, this is all ridiculous and none of it makes sense. Like, not true.
Well, the Spain and Newfoundland thing, I was like, is there a connection?
Yeah. Like,
And like, yeah, recently,
massive. Yeah, this
a huge
whole
one.
this whole thing is the connection.
Yes.
Hey.
Hey, can you please repeat what gender of spirit is attached to this doll?
No.
Yeah, like they're not giving that.
No.
In the evening tomorrow.
I'll try and make time.
You definitely do.
To connect.
No, I have no time.
I'd love to speak to you now.
Yeah, it felt like something touched my hair. Oh my god. Oh, that was so weird. Oh my gosh, it was a woman's voice and it went like
Yeah, that
from
was
ear to ear. I've never experienced that. It said our message.
Okay,
like
so I have to
really
talk about
clearly.
Yeah.
that was the coolest, by far, the coolest Estes method thing I've ever experienced. It was like, it felt like an alien hijacking. Very like mechanical woman's voice, like almost like it circled my head because it went from ear to ear to ear to ear. And it was like, and it was like, I don't know what it said, and then it went, then it was like again, and then in both sides, two-toned, picture two women.
Like a high voice and a low
Yes,
voice.
and it was like our message. Like
Weird.
very, it was the coolest thing ever. I wish I could play that for you guys. That was the coolest thing ever.
That sounds so cool. And it's funny that you say that because when you said like ear to ear, I literally pictured like almost like a tornado
Yeah.
of spirits just like totally surrounding you.
And because it was like the two-toned, I picture like two voices like circling, and then it was so cool.
Oh, okay. Please tell us your message.
Keep with it. It said beaucoup de and then a piano.
Yeah, now our message, and now we're getting all this information about 2 and 1.
So 90.
A lot of 1 and then 90. Interesting.
Service.
That
The
rings.
middle sucks.
Maybe it means like the middle place between the afterlife and this lifetime.
I was definitely thinking the middle, like she's in the middle.
Oh, like
Between
the
us.
dolls in
Yeah.
the middle. I see. I'm getting to like,
But you and I, we see things differently like that.
which makes us such a good team.
Yeah, like you see things like that. I would have never thought that. I definitely thought because she was in the middle. She was in between us. For some reason, maybe that sucked. I don't think everyone would feel like that.
She's a little claustrophobic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
De et
My
My French is terrible.
2 and 1. 3. My favorite number. It's okay.
And then I went into a
Oh,
spiral
it's
of
like
3.
a woman crying.
Oh,
Like she was talking through crying.
are you okay?
Mind yourself.
So interesting, eh?
Some people just need a good cry. I get it. Can you please tell me the type of flower?
Oh my
that's
gosh. De et again, and then like
2 and
a really breathy laugh.
Well, there's 3 roses.
I'm trying so hard.
You're like 3, 2 and 1 makes 3. Couldn't possibly be 21.
No, wouldn't be 21. It wouldn't be 2 and 1 separately. Has to be
It's 3, like the 3 roses on this doll's dress, and the ghosts are like,
What? Like, no. It's so funny now, like
It
watching
is,
it
yeah.
back. I was really trying. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
you were.
I
You
really
were
gave
trying
it-
to put those. I pictured Charlie Day in, It's Always Sunny,
Yeah.
with the map
Yeah.
and the strings.
Yeah.
Hang on, this part is so funny.
Is this when the stoner guy comes?
No, I think everyone's hung up on the stoner ghost,
Mm-hmm.
which is hilarious, and we'll get there. But this part to me is so funny. And when I was relaying the messages, I was like, what? But to see your face, the way you reacted, is perfect.
Okay, now I'm ready.
Look away. Without permission.
I'm like, where do I look? That's the part that got you. Look away.
You're like, without permission?
Like, ah.
How do I do that? That means I have to look at her then.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's so weird.
Clearly.
I guess this is like an interview. Is it okay that we're interviewing you?
Shut the F
It's
up.
probably like, you stupid.
So it's not okay.
Girls.
Is there any other information that you have?
1, 2.
Keep saying 2 and 1 and 1 and 2. What is the significance of that number?
Come on.
Picturing them being
Come
like,
on.
"You should know this."
I can't
Yeah.
tell you. And it's sad.
Okay, 3 is my favorite number.
I was trying so
There are
hard.
3 roses on this dress. In Christian-based religions, there is the Father, Son, and
It's
Holy
easier in
Spirit.
Newfoundland.
Is there a connection to Spain and Newfoundland?
Okay.
Finally. It's almost painful
I know.
actually to like watch us not getting it.
Okay.
1, 2. It said beaucoup de, and then a piano went bing, bang, bong.
I also find it interesting that it did say 445, and it does say 460 kilometers off of the coast of St. John's. Maybe it was exactly 445. Maybe the spirits know exactly where it was compared to what these people know.
That's important to note. It also said a little to the right,
That's right.
which could also be a location for this.
I think it's fair to say that this is the first time where we've really been able to connect the dots and find out exactly what's trying to be relayed to us. But it's also important to note, and I mentioned this to Sarah too, and she came up with this immediately. And it's important for us to tell you guys that yes, this did happen off the coast of Canada, but it has not been on our radio stations.
No, we have never heard of this.
Yes. It's not like this is playing across all our radio stations and we're picking up snippets of it. This happened in February. We've never once heard it on the radio.
No.
So, that's important to note. And Sarah too, she was like, it's not like this has been on the radio. We didn't know about it.
I also really want to stress and press the issue that, like, this is huge. This is a really big validating find, and this has never happened in the history of our channel that we've connected something this significant. Like, it's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. So we really hope that you guys do see that. Yes, the later half of the video is hilarious, but like this part,
This is a huge moment for us.
yes. And because of that, like, we're really hoping to get 5K, you guys. Like, we are so close that we can taste it. Please share this video with your friends. Even like people that you know that are in Spain, they might find this really interesting. Or people that you know that are in Newfoundland, or just interested in history and things. Like, they don't just have to be fans of the paranormal.
Yeah, and it's a great moment proving that that it's more than just words and snippets from radio stations, you know, like this actually all added up to something.
Yes.
And I don't think that was just a coincidence. Obviously, we don't feel that way. Or else we would have been able to make sense of some sort of sense of every spirit box session. You know what I mean? If it was that easy to find a newspaper article about, you know what I mean? Like,
Her leg.
Oh yes, please tell me about this doll's leg.
yeah, it is interesting that they
What
mentioned
does
the
her
leg.
leg look like? Or
Because
what
her
is
leg
it doing?
is broken.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha.
This is where it starts to get
Please
funny.
tell me about her leg.
80. Be
Okay.
present.
So I feel like the very intense message that they wanted to get across came across, and now whatever that energy was has like gone, and now
Yeah.
it's very lighthearted.
And you could even feel the shift when
Yeah.
we were sitting there.
Yes.
I don't know if you could
Yes.
feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm going to move over.
Isn't 80? It's been a long time since I've counted that far in French. But I think 80 is 80, which I believe came up earlier.
Oh, really?
Yes.
It didn't, and I love that. I was like, oh really?
Really?
90. It was
Thanks.
90, I
Oh.
Mushrooms.
What? Also,
It was,
side note,
it was so chaotic the way mushrooms came across. It was like, mushrooms!
80 in a more like a less literal sense means 420. So there's that.
Yeah.
Man.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, which I didn't put in there, but now means like right now.
Yeah.
And it was 420 like a few days prior to this, so.
Yeah, I think it was like 3 days.
Yeah.
Or like 2 days, or it wasn't long before. Or sorry, after.
That was just a few days ago.
Oh, there you go.
So
I said
it's-
it.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what your afterlife's all about? What is this? What is happening?
I was so like caught off guard because the rest felt so serious.
Yeah. Yes.
And then like just to have this like goofy, what I'm feeling is male.
Yeah.
You know, just come in and be like, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely felt male energy too at this part.
Now a van is driving by. What is going on out here? It's so weird. Like, no one's staying. Everyone's just
In
driving.
Canada, 80. Okay.
Marijuana and cannabis use are legal in Canada. So I don't know if that's...
Yeah.
Got a stoner on our hands, everybody. No,
Descriptions.
That's funny that
sorry, I didn't mean to
description.
label you. Now, am I still communicating with the spirit attached to this doll?
Maybe.
Like they don't even know.
Okay. Can you please repeat the doll's name or what she would like to be called?
Listen.
Like, stop asking that.
He said that like he was really gonna level with you, but then nothing else came after. He was like, listen. There's a guy.
There's a funny guy. We've made friends. We're hanging out. All right, my friend. Is there anything else that
Beauty.
The sunset is beautiful. Also, beauty friendship. Yeah. Hoping that this is
Listen. Just follow it too.
follow what?
You know it. Love.
Hang on, this part is really funny.
I really tried to.
Hey.
Hey, that was some beautiful advice.
You're already dying.
Thank you.
And therefore,
I know, but
Therefore what?
kids.
Follow love and therefore kids.
Hang on, follow love and therefore kids.
like sex.
Okay.
I did not put that together in the moment.
No.
No.
Oh my gosh, when I was editing, I was like, that's hilarious.
You can always
Oh, this is
medication. You can always medicate.
medication.
What if it means like, okay, it's hilarious because I was picturing like kids and then you could always medicate, like if you're having a rough time with kids.
Oh.
But like, also, is it talking about like birth control? Follow love? What was it? Follow love
And therefore kids.
and therefore kids. But you could always medicate.
Oh.
You could always medication. You could always have birth control.
Like, profound words.
Maybe you should take that seriously. And if she's the prophet you think she is.
Oh no. Oh no.
Maybe-
We're both just
Okay,
dying.
well, I guess that's everything.
Yeah, very, very cool that it ended like that. Almost like it got its message across, and then it was like, like relief or something, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, and also, like, we constantly bring this up, how, like, water is such
Yes.
a conductor of paranormal activity. So maybe they were like, we need lots of rain because this is really important stuff that we're going to talk about.
And we were right at the beach.
Yeah, and then as the rain started to lift, like, they didn't need to tell us any more than they
Yeah.
did. And then the funny guy came in when the rain was stopping.
Yeah, it was like very much like, okay, we're done now.
Mm-hmm.
It's over. Yeah, so let us know if if you put together anything we didn't manage to connect. So interesting. I'm glad that we were able to find answers for what was really desperately trying to
Come through.
come through. Yeah.
Yes, for sure. And we were like really trying to connect the responses to the dolls specifically, especially because our previous spirit box to that one was hijacked as well by like that male entity. So I think that we were both just like so hyper focused on the doll that we didn't
Yeah.
even think that there could be something bigger going on at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, and let us know if you like this style of us reacting to our spirit box sessions or investigations. We've never really done this before, and I haven't seen it on YouTube anywhere else. So this is kind of cool. It's a little bit different, and you kind of get a behind the scenes and like how our brains work when we're doing all this. Also, give us any commentary you have on what we discussed outside of this video, because we we really talked through a lot today,
Yeah.
just here with you. It feels good to pull back the curtain a little bit and show you what goes on behind the scenes.
So if you like this video, don't forget to boop that like button. It helps us out so much. And click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Please help us get to 5K. It's one of our major goals for 2022 and we're almost there. So help us achieve that goal, please.
And if you haven't already, be sure to follow us on Instagram at TLS_paranormal. Jen and myself also have personal Instagrams, and all that information will be in the description below. And that brings us to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching it to the end. And as always, live your life with love and light.
And keep on creeping on.
Bye.
Bye.